At the White House tonight, President Bush is meeting with congressional leaders of both parties just hours before power shifts to Democrats on Capitol Hill. A big issue on their minds, Iraq, and what the president plans on doing in the coming days. We have some new information on the controversial troop surge option. Let's begin our coverage with our White House correspondent, Suzanne Malveaux. Suzanne?
Well, Wolf, you mentioned that reception. It just wrapped up here at the White House. Of course, about a half dozen of those from the House and the Senate, the Democratic Republican leadership, including we saw the incoming House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and her husband, as well as incoming Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid and his wife. This is obviously an attempt of the president to reach out in a bipartisan way, but it certainly does not mean that he's taking their recommendations when it comes to his Iraq policy. Sources telling us to expect that the president will move forward in recommending an addition of U.S. troops, perhaps anywhere from 20 to 40,000. Now, how is this going to play out in the days ahead? Well, those who are familiar with deliberations of the president say that tomorrow he essentially is going to try to lay low, stay out of the spotlight in deference to the big day for Congress and Democrats. But it's expected on Friday that he will wrap up that process, the deliberations, the consultations, and then on Monday, White House officials will reach out to members of Congress, place courtesy calls, essentially briefing them on the president's Iraq plan. And then it is expected, likely Tuesday or Wednesday, the president will present his plan to the American people in a national address. Wolf.
Once he starts briefing members of Congress, though, I assume word is going to get out fairly quickly after that.
It certainly is expected that that is going to happen, and the White House is working on some sort of plan to also brief the media at the same time. This is something that actually occurred when you saw Secretary Rumsfeld, the announcement of his resignation. It leaked from the Hill about the same time or so, White House officials confirming it.
Suzanne, thanks very much. We'll watch every step of the way.